Today I'd like to talk to you about what does it take to get the CCNA certification. First of all, if you think you can read a book and pass, unless you're Doogie Howser, you're not going to do it. If you think looking at a cheat sheet is going to work, downloading from some, test dump site, you're sadly mistaken. Because you may pass the exam with a cheat sheet, but in job interviews, they're going to ask you questions. And if you haven't studied this and learned it inside and out, and yes, I said inside and out, all 800 pages of this book you're looking at right now. Well, it's a picture of a book. Anyways, you're sadly mistaken. I mean, they're going to ask you some tough questions. Easy questions, some of them. Some will be easy, some will be hard. And if you don't know subnetting, inside and out, because almost every single job interview I've had over the years asked me a subnetting question. And most of my job interviews I've had, I've answered, not talking about just subnetting, but I've answered most of the job interview questions. The technical questions. I'm talking the technical stuff. The personality stuff, well, you can go somewhere else and listen to other people talk about that. But anyways, as far as the technical goes, I've studied this stuff for a year. And, I also was going to college and I had a part-time job, plus basically that was my whole life, was those three things. And, proper hygiene. But, hopefully that goes without saying. I shouldn't have to say that. But, feeding yourself the right food and, taking care of your body. Hopefully you do that too. But it takes a certain mindset to really, really dive deep into this stuff. And if you don't have the motivation, stop watching this video now. Close it out and go find something else. I don't know, be a florist. But this field is for the dedicated. And if you're just studying this because of a class, that means you're in college or you're taking some collegiate level course. And your mindset should be of an adult, meaning you need to take responsibility and study what is required for you to pass the course. Even if you're not going to do anything with this, it's still a course. I mean, I took plenty of courses that I thought were complete, bullshit. But I passed them. And I did what it took. Like network security engineering. I took that. And I even told the professor, privately in his office, I didn't make anything, public in front of the other class. I mean, you got to be respectful. You can't say stuff in front of professors like what I'm about to tell you. I told him that I thought this course was a waste of my time. Now, granted, when I told him that, it was a few weeks in, we were sitting in his office, and I was struggling. But I didn't go to him and say, this is bullshit, or something along those lines. I went to him and said, these are my problems. I'm trying to work through them. This is what I've done to work through them. And I brought my notes with me because everything you wrote on the board and talked about, I made notes. And yes, I filled up plenty of notebooks of my notes. And I'm in the process of transcribing them all digital, but that's going to take years because I don't have the time to do that. Anyways. And he gave me a lecture, of course, because he didn't want to hear that. But at the same time, we still respected each other. because I told him how I felt in a non-threatening way, and we had a very lengthy discussion about that. But I still did my work. I did everything that was required to me. And this is what I'm saying. With this studying for any exam, Microsoft, Cisco, VMware, CompTIA, I don't know. I have my mixed feelings about those. But you need a certain mindset. You need to have dedication. Whether you want to do it or not, there are certain stuff that you're going to have to know. I mean, there's stuff in the Cisco certifications that I think, are bullshit. I think it's bullshit, but I have to know it. I have to know it. And I have to know it at a deeper level than just reading it from the book. Here's how you get to the deeper level. We have the book. Forget it. You take and you go to eBay. And you look for routers. You don't buy the $50 router. Well, this one's an XM. So XM has more memory. That's what XM stands for, extended memory. I believe, so maybe I'm wrong, but whatever. XM is for extended memory. And what you get here is you get 2 fast Ethernet ports. This looks like it's going to be a decent picture. Yeah, nice and blurry. Good picture, guy. Good picture. There we go. So here's a good picture of it. Or 3 of them. I think I have like 4 of those. So this is where you need to start off with. You need to buy maybe 3 at the minimum. No, I wouldn't even buy 3. I would buy 5. I would buy 5 2621s. That's what I would do. This is low budget here. I'm talking. These will do everything on the CCNA. Then you can go up to the 1841s. Now, when I bought these, I think the first one I paid $200 for, and the second one I paid, I think, $130. But now you can see, I mean, you get a lot of 5 of them for, I mean, he's just trying to get rid of them. He's just trying to get rid of them. 10 of them, it ends today at 2 o'clock. So you might get these for $150 for 10 of them, plus whatever shipping is. And whenever you're watching this video, go on, eBay and look. If you want to go higher, look into the 1921s. Now these are going to require some budget. You have to have some money. You can see here they're $200 a piece, $300 a piece. You're going to get more bang for your buck. You're going to be able to take these with you to the CCNP when you study for that. So, whatever. The 2011s. These ones are nice. I have 8 of these. I bought them as a lot of 8, and I think I paid $400 for them. From the same person, I bought 8 of them. And they're great. They're going to get you, well, they are way more than you'll ever need for the CCNA. But anyways, I also have this one over here. I have 3 of these. Not really sure if they're worth buying or not, but I have 3 of them. And they're nice, they're power hungry, and they do a lot of stuff that you'll need for the CCNP. Not the CCNA. They're way too much for the CCNA. For switches, you're going to want 2950s. You're probably going to want at least 8. To start off with, buy 3. No, I take that back. To start off with, buy 5. Why do I say 5? Because you're going to learn something called spanning tree protocol. Any dummy can show you how to do it on 2 switches. But when you have 5, then you really start to see what spanning tree really does. That's all I'm going to say about that. You can replace those 5 with 1 or more of the 3550s or the 3560s. I would go for the 3560s if you can afford it. I have 3 of these, or maybe 4, I don't even know. And they're nice. These are layer 3 switches. They do a lot of stuff. You'll probably need 1 of these for your lab. Yeah, to really experiment a little bit beyond of what your studies will get you to. And then look in future, 3750s. I don't have any of these, and I will be buying them. So anyways, what are your options? Well, you can go to the Cisco Learning Network and buy these labs. I bought the CCNA and CCNP training package for my CCNP training, not my CCNA. I didn't do anything with CCNA. But anyways, so I have this, and I think it was like $500 something. I don't really know. It's pretty decent. So if you look at ICND 1, you see there's 178 resources there. ICND 2, 107. These are fairly good. I mean, they go into detail. Dry, but, you know, they're there. And then there are labs somewhere. Yeah, so somewhere you can access the labs. And I don't know. Yeah. So here you can see there are different labs. So we go to the ICND 1, we can select that. And here are the different labs. I'm not going to go into them because I'm not trying to use up any of my lab credits because this stuff costs money. But you can see here, there are a lot of labs. And these are nice. I like how these are set up. This is how I use it. I log into the lab. I copy the lab, the instructions. I copy the base configuration into a text document, and then I paste that into my real routers. So I'm not going to show them. I have a bunch of 2811s, and I have virtual routers, the CSR 1000Vs, and a few other resources for routers. I have some, like I said, I have 1841s, a lot of switches, and so I'm basically able to do any of these labs. Anything here I can do. CBT Nuggets. You can use these as a resource. I don't recommend them, but it is a resource. INE. I'm just using it for CCNP, but they have CCNA. This is the CCNP lab. Anyways, go to INE, and they have CCNA training packages. Here's how they're set up. If you get one of their workbooks, you just click on it, and then this is your workbook. It's very well laid out. It's nice. It's nicely laid out. And what else do we have? Books. Here's one book. That's the ICND 1. And then there is, this is ICND 2, but it's the same. Get the ICND 1 Foundation Learning Guide. These are all Cisco Press. When you're ready for ICND 2, you have the Academic Edition for the official cert guide. You want the academic edition because you get the test and you get the EPUB and you get all kinds of other stuff that you can't get with the other academic edition. Don't get this stuff right here. Don't get this because it's for Cisco Academy and you don't have any answers to the question, so you don't know if you're right or wrong. This is a great resource when you're ready for the CCNA, which is the ICND2 exam. So this is nice. It walks you through day by day. Is just a review. What else do we have? You have this from Renee Moliner, whatever, Moliner. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Terrible human being I am. Anyways, Renee, I give him probably a 4 out of 10. This is cutthroat. This is not detailed explanation, so you just can't use this as your only resource. But it is a good resource. That's it for books. As far as equipment, my virtual routers. I got 10 of them set up right now. Well, technically 11, but I don't use the... Anyways, I got 10 of them set up. And these are CSR 1000Vs. And you can see that right here. It's Cisco, in case you're wondering. And CSR 1000Vs. And then also I have a whole bunch of just lab routers. And these are 20 and 11s. So I've got 8 of these. What else will you need to buy if you buy real equipment? Well, you're going to need a WIC 1T. Bunch of these. Probably, well, you're gonna want to buy pairs of them. So maybe 4. You're going to want 2 for each router. There's other cards you can buy. There are, how do I get out of this? You have the, let's see, I don't know. Yeah, you have this thing. It's kind of expensive. But sometimes you'll find them in packages when you buy routers. They'll come with these. So that's a plus. So or there'll be an 8 of them. So this could either be 4 of them or 8, which means there's another row on top. Same thing. So you want those. There's also a newer serial one. I mean, this is not anywhere near in the United States, but what's this? Australia? United Kingdom. So anyways, but whatever, it doesn't matter. But you'll also want you'll want these serial cables. So this is really expensive for serial cables, but you'll need these, they're called crossover serial cables because one side is DCE and the other side is DTE, and you'll learn about that in your studies. Don't buy these from here. Buy them from, let's see here, Monoprice? Not the website I'm looking for. price Cisco async serial cable. I think that's what it's called. Oh, I guess that is the website. Huh, whatever. So you get, I have 3-footers. These are cheap. They're not that expensive. What, $6 a piece for a 3-foot? So when you get these, I don't know, 10-foot. 10-foot, that's a lot right there. Okay. And then of course you want to get a networking rack. Look around, I'm not telling you what one to buy, but looks like a decent package for, it does look like a pretty decent package for 125 bucks. Yeah. Get all the cage nuts and whatnot. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, so whatever you buy, make sure the rack is suitable, and you can do research on your own and find out what works. They're all 19 inches wide, so that's, you know, fine. This looks like a nice one, though. Anyways, I recommend Star for your cage nuts, in case you want to know what cage nuts are. These are cage nuts. These are the bolts. That's the washer. And there's the nut. The nut you put on the back side and you screw through it. You use, and yeah. You can do research and find out what I'm talking about. So I think that's it. Oh, one more thing. You want a Cisco console cable. Well, I can't spell, but it'll come up correctly. So you want a Cisco console cable. You want this blue thing right here. That connects to the router, and then to connect to your computer, you're going to want what's called a serial adapter, a USB to serial adapter. You're going to want one of these. USB 2.0 doesn't mean jack. You're going over a serial connection, which, yeah, it doesn't even matter. Anyways, you're going to want one of these cables. $6 is too much for this one. Way too much. It should be $1. But anyways, you're going to want one of those puppies. I don't know what one to buy. I got all mine for free. As I buy routers and stuff, they just throw them in. So, and you'll get power cables and all right. Well, I think that's everything I wanted to discuss. Yep. So get off your lazy butts and start studying if you haven't studied. Okay. Thanks for listening. Have a good day.